switching over. Perfect. Hi, I think we should. Yep, we're now live. Hi, I'm Kira858, and today we'll play here with my group of friends here, our fourth episode of our D&D It's Our World. But first, here as always, here our community is called the Cookout for multiple reasons, and what we like to do is to give love and support to different individuals in the community. We like to give shout outs. Hopefully, you can take a look at their channel, perhaps give them a follow, and support them on their endeavors. The first person we like to give a shout out for, she's a good friend of mine. Her name is a Super Rave Monster. She's a fantastic individual, regularly comes by in the chat on our Twitch streams. She does a bit of coding as well as AI coding. She's also doing a lot of indie-based games on her channel. She played this one game called Cloudpunk, which was like it was very unique with kind of like a Minecraft type art style. Very unique. It was pretty cool though. I love the story behind it. And like I said, she's a fantastic individual. So if you can, definitely give her some love and support and give her a follow and support her on our endeavors. The second person we like to give a shout out for is the person he's another good friend of mine. His name is Usaringer. He actually did the music for our intro song that you'll be seeing shortly. And you say he's a good friend of mine as well. We coming by for a watch party. He makes fantastic music, coming from a unique, different type of art style from R&B, hip hop. He does metal as well as again the songs that you'll be seeing from our intro. He can do it all. And so like if you want to vibe with somebody as they're showing their process in Twitch, seeing Fruity Loops live in full effect, definitely go ahead and give Usaringer a follow. And support them on their endeavors. And the last person we like to give a shout out for is Q Times. Q Times, for many who don't know, they are a TTRPG channel that does a wide variety of content. They were actually my second channel I started viewing after watching Critical Role. They are also one of the first individuals that actually followed my channel, so I was very excited about that. Classical Glacia says, thank you. Oh, no problem. Thank you for coming by a chat and taking a look. Yeah, Q Times does a whole bunch of different type of content. From Star Trek, they do D&D, they do Vampire the Masquerade. Whatever floats your boat, definitely give them a follow because you'll see some top quality RPers, DMs. I mean, just phenomenal. Very diverse cast, and I would say they were probably one of the few individuals that helped start bringing diversity into the TTRPG community. So again, they are a fantastic TTRPG channel, and if you can, give them a follow and support them on our endeavors. So those are all the shout outs for today. And now we're going to our players, see if they can announce themselves and any projects they'd like to announce, as well as their social media. So I'll go first on our stream. We'll start with Wanderer Text, or Nazra. Go ahead and talk a little bit about yourself and any projects you have.
Hello, everyone. I'm Aaron, or Wanderer Text on Discord and Twitter. Also, if you see 0.1 in the chat here, that is me as well. I don't have any projects to announce, but I am very, very excited to jump into this session.
Fantastic. Next, we have the elusive Nuvian, aka Ree. Ree, if you talk a little bit about yourself as well as any social medias and projects you have in place.
Sure. Hello, I am Ree. You can find me on Twitter at BigDudeRee. And I'm super excited for today, though I did just roll my first die for the day, and it was a natural 1. So hopefully that is not going to be what we do today.
We'll have to cross our fingers for that. As somebody whose first roll of 2021 was a natural 1, I can completely relate to that circumstance. So next, we'd like to start from the bottom. We'll go with Mizzy. Mizzy, you like to talk about yourself, any projects and social medias you like to plug?
Hi everybody, I'm Lindsay or Morgan Trevor. You can find me on Instagram at Peachy King Arts, and that's just where I post my. Don't have any big projects right now, but yeah, I'm excited to play today.
All right, excellent. And next we have Fell Flames, the DM. You'd like to talk a little bit about yourself, any social medias and projects you have going on?
Hello, I'm Feld Flames, or Zach, here to announce that the natural one is exactly how tonight is going to go. So best of luck to our players. That is all.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, I guess seems like 2020 is making its way over to 2021. And lastly, but not least, we'll have now it's, our friend Adrian B. If you'd like to talk a little bit about yourself, any projects, as well as social media you'd like to plug.
Hey guys, I'm Adrian Bear, and you can find me on Twitter at WolfmanJessup. I do not have any project. Well, I do have a project that I still can't talk about just yet, but I do actually want to give a thank you and a little shout out to two friends of mine who were actually. I met them in Cambodia, and they were one of them was my first DM. Her name is Glyza, and she's just started an awesome. Well, she's not just started; it's been going for a little while now. But if you guys enjoy hearing somebody with a wonderful voice reading classical literature, please go check her out at classicaladventures4.1, and then you can hear her reading these books. And it's really cool. It's a really cool project. So I don't know if Glyza is in chat today. She might be. The other person I want to give a little shout out to is her husband Michael, who was playing one of the characters in the game that I first played D&D with, and he's actually started a YouTube channel, which is pretty cool. You can see him doing playthroughs and stuff of different games. I'm not sure if he's on Twitch, but he's definitely on YouTube. So if you want to check out Monolith's Mandatory Fun Factory and give him a like and follow there, that would be really cool. Other than that, that's about it.
Awesome. And I'll talk to Adrian about see if he can give me those links, and then we'll definitely go ahead and pass that into chat. Classica Liza is in chat, and she says you're the best boo with a heart sign. Fantastic. Yes, like I said, I'll talk to Adrian so we can get those links from him, and then I can post them in chat, so therefore they can be able to take a look and give some love and support out there to these fantastic individuals. As for myself, I am Kira858 playing Ikara, our little dragon boy. Who is finding out, a lot of things in life. In terms of projects, there may be another TTRPG project coming in the near future, being placed on the stream. I'll keep everybody up to date for details for that, but it should be very, very interesting. With that said, we're going to go ahead and bring in our intro video, and from there start our 4th episode of Istar World. Episode 4. Click, and we are now back. Hope you all love that intro. I still love it every single time I see it. I keep bopping my head back and forth when I hear the song. Just a great intro. So with that said, we'll now take it away to Phil Flames, aka Zach, aka the DM. Phil Flames, go ahead.
Okay. Where we last left off, the party had just encountered the city that finds you. So you are at the ruins of Naz'in Mahaga Litar that do not seem to be very ruined, as luck would have it. But I think we should start out with a general perception check from each member of the party. See how much of this you're able to take in.
Okay. First roll immediately. All right.
Started off right.
I know. Started off right.
15 for me.
I rolled the 10.
15.
Oh, that part is not good because I rolled a 4. That is
16.
that is. That's a 10.
Okay. So as you all are kind of looking around the sort of the people in the 10 region, it's a city. It's made out of some sort of material that you've never seen before, that has a color that you can't really place. Seems like maybe it's multiple colors at once. It's a very sort of odd, very disorienting. For around 15, you're able to pick out a couple of distinctive looking buildings. One of them is a large sort of like almost like a warehouse large box shaped building that's made of this strange material and seems like maybe it's more colors than some of the other stuff. And then there is actually a tower that does actually look like it's partially crumbled or ruined. It's the only thing in the city as far as you can tell for the people in the 15-16 range. Those two sort of distinctive features pop.
Wow. I am excited. This is definitely something new. Shall we?
It was unexpected.
So
It
there.
was quite uncomfortable passing through here, I must be honest.
Yeah, I got a headache.
Was it?
Mhm.
I feel fine. I feel excited.
Oh, really?
Have any of you seen anything like this before? This architecture seems very odd. The colors are very, well, strange, to be blunt.
Well, I think they're pretty, but I guess they're strange.
I mean, to be fair, it kind of just, it's all just very shades of grey for Catherine, so I can't comment too much on the colors, to be honest, but it is for sure well made. The only thing that really looks abandoned or kind of destroyed is that tower over there, though.
So that means somebody.
I suppose we should look for people,
Mhm.
perhaps,
I was thinking somebody's probably here.
or something. It'd be rather rude of us to just start looking around without paying attention to the proper rules in society.
Well, what would the rules be here?
I'm not entirely sure.
I mean, there's such a little bit of information on this place anyway. What was it that was said in that their book of the children, those teenagers? Like, what exactly did they find in their little quest when they went adventuring Nubian?
It just tells me that, and Nubian will start to go back through the book. Does it mention anything else different, DM? Not different, but anything else that would be more prevalent now that we're here?
You don't see a lot of people. There should be citizens here, based on the stories. All of the citizens of the city were very magically inclined, but you don't see a lot of people. So that's kind of odd. There's not too much mention of like sort of the architecture and stuff that you've been able to take in so far. But from what you're able to gather, like the novel goes so far as to claim that like these are the progenitors of magic lived here. This is where magic was created, or where it was born, or whatever sort of terminology different translations might have put on it. It seems to point here.
I'm afraid I'm not much for the arcane. Perhaps one of you would know a bit better than I do. There are some, according to the story, that felt that this place might have been the origins of magic or something like that. Though it's very strange, there should be more people here. But looking around, I don't see very many people. Perhaps something has happened recently?
Perhaps. Can I make like a general Arcana vibe check on this place?
Arcana vibe check.
Sure.
Vibe check the magic.
Can I vibe check it? Is it just a straight Arcana roll?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
This is just insight for wizards.
It's like wizards. That is. I need my calculator because I can't do math. It's 23.
So the thing that's most striking to you is probably how little that you knew about this place beforehand. You would have expected to walk into a ruined city, and it's clearly not. The vibe is highly magical, but I think we had all sort of gotten there already. You're pretty impressed with some of the construction, and probably like mad that you didn't think of it yourself, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Do we see any people? Like, we keep kind of dancing around like, oh, there's not enough people. Are there any? Is there anyone that we can see here?
No. This street seemed completely empty. You don't see any like people through windows, even like the rough signs of movement of like people way, way, way off. There's no one.
When we arrived, it was like morning-ish or noonish when we crossed the...
Noonish.
That was night.
Is it still noon here?
Sorry. It's noonish here. I believe Serena is right. It was night when you guys got here. Because you had walked through and then you were like, should we stop or should we just go a little bit into the mountain and then stop? And then you were like, let's go a little bit into the mountain, and then you did, and then poof.
Okay.
But it's daytime here.
Gotcha.
How about we take a wild stab and just walk a little bit and keep our eyes out for people?
I think it's a wonderful idea.
Yes.
We can say hello to whoever we meet.
Okay. As you begin to approach the city limits inside of the city, you were kind of at like just at the perimeter, and then sort of seeing the big workshop that some of you spotted, and the large tower that kind of are above the city line. And as you all walk in, I need another perception check.
That's a
19.
17 for me.
16.
16 again.
So everybody did pretty good except for... Never mind.
So it looks like there is a horse-like figure that is approaching you. And those of you that got 19s, you can see a horn on top of its head.
Well, with a 19, I think was Nubia, right?
Mm.
Yeah.
I think so. Do I know of any horse-like races with the horn on their head?
That depends. Whether or not you think that Nuvian would have encountered anything about a unicorn in his studies.
No, probably not.
Was there a unicorn in the children's book?
The young adults novel.
Young adult novel.
Yeah.
Or YA book. The Nuvian pointed out, do you all see that creature over there?
Yeah, he's coming this way. They're coming this way.
As it's approaching, you all start to see the horn yourselves.
Oh.
Probably about
Oh,
150 feet off right now.
I don't know much about animals on this continent. Is the horns normal?
I mean, horns can be pretty normal, yes, but can I make either a history or religion check?
Yeah, what kind of check could we make to, I guess, see?
I'll say either religion or arcana.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no way we would know. That's not our area of expertise.
I have a +1 on that. I'm looking at it.
Both are +2.
Yeah, I have a
Wait.
negative.
25!
Either way, religion or arcana, 21. So if she's taking arcana, I'll take religion.
Okay. So, arcana. These types of creatures, which you can recognize to be a unicorn, you both would, are highly magical. And in fact, you know that one of its primary talents is being able to sense down to the heart the true intentions of any people that it encounters. You would both sort of probably know that for different reasons. For the religion check, I'll say that you know that they tend to be sort of in the service of or aligned with people that fall very much on the like lawful good axis of the morality chart. And for arcana, I'll say that you know that there aren't very many of them because a lot of them have been hunted. The ones that did exist, either for the people that they tend to be in service to, or because their horns and hair tends to have pretty magical qualities to it.
Okay.
Well, I'm fairly certain that there's what we call a unicorn.
It is. Are all of its, I mean, is it horn pretty much all intact? Its hair, all that good stuff?
The only one, this one differs from what you probably would have read about is that, and you can recognize this with that role. You recognize with the religion role too. It's got a very like prismatic, multicolored horn. It's not like what
Okay.
you might expect of like a typical like ivory or like creamish color or something like that. It's like rainbow prismatic.
Okay. Catherine is going to do a happy little saunter ahead towards the unicorn.
Serena's also going to come up to it. She's like, I've never actually seen one of these. They usually are, well, they get killed.
Ikara sniffs it. When that goes up close to sniffs, but he like sniffs the air and try to get a feel of what the what you smell like. He's like,
I will ask. I realize who I'm speaking to, but I need to ask for note keeping purposes. Do any of you actually have any intentions of doing any sort of harm to this creature or this place?
oh no,
Absolutely not.
we're the anti-murder hobos for a reason.
I was pretty sure, but I think there might be a little something coming from that ring, if you know what I mean.
Oh no.
No, but yeah. So it sort of stops, trotting forward, and then like angles to the side, so you're facing it at like a side profile, and it stops and kind of turns its head to you, and it just waits and lets you approach.
I mean, it'd be
Okay.
rude not to say hello.
Would Achilles is going to take a little bow and greeted in Celestial. Well, aren't you an amazing looking creature? I'm sorry, I don't know if you're a fellow or a lady or something between, but it is quite lovely to meet you.
Achilles and Nezra. I need both of you to make me either an intelligence or a wisdom check. Not a
Cool.
saving throw, but check your ability score. Modified.
Intelligence.
Oh no.
21.
Well.
7.
21 intelligence.
7 is not great. You expect that no one else can see it right now, Achilles, but Catherine kind of nudges you, and looking through her eyes, you are eventually able to kind of like squint and narrow in, and you notice that there are a pair of wings that no one else seems to be able to see coming off of it. It's like a prismatic colored feathered eagle wing coming from either side.
Okay. Wow.
You suspect it's your heritage that's probably allowing you to see it where the others can't.
Okay. Are you able to communicate with us? Like we just got here and we don't mean to disturb. Sorry, I'm going to switch it back to common because I don't want to be rude. And I will say that again in common. Sorry about that, but I was just a little bit taken away. That's so beautiful. Like, do you have a name? Can you talk to us?
You all hear a voice ringing inside of your head. I can speak, and I don't have a name.
Nezra? Did you do that?
A familiar sensation, but not my voice.
Oh, yeah, it sounded a bit different. That's why I was confused.
And Nuvian will bow gently to the unicorn.
Serena's probably a little too close to it. Just checking it out. Just very beautiful. I guess we're pretty lucky to see one of you out here. What should we call you? Do you have like a nickname?
I suppose you can call me whatever strikes your fancy. I haven't had a name in quite some time.
Oh, that is difficult. That's a big responsibility. Like, I thought I'd only be doing this when I have children. Giving somebody a name.
Do you want a name?
If you must have one from me, you may call me Unicorn.
Short,
That's what you
sweet,
wish.
to the point. I like it. My name is Nezra.
I know.
I'm Nuvian.
Wait,
I know.
you know who we are?
Just feels rude not to say it out loud, though, right?
I know.
Okay.
Are you able to read our thoughts?
Yes.
That's
Oh.
it. That does it.
Oh,
That is
wow.
wonderful. Like,
This is
Another
the only
one.
party I've ever been part of that would be like, oh yeah, cool. Yeah, have at it.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Like, ah, yes.
Most of the parties
So-
like stay away from me, but we were like, cool.
Would you
So-
mind? Would you mind if I call you Solace? It's a, well, I mean, you know, it means light.
I would not.
And Solace.
Do you know what happened to the people of this place?
Yes.
Would you mind sharing that information?
The keeper is away, and while the keeper is away, I am here to protect this place.
Is only you two? There's no one else?
No.
That sounds lonely. Who would you talk to when they're gone?
There are other creatures that live here.
Oh, okay. At least you have someone.
Are there any
These
creatures we should be concerned about?
Probably.
Would you be so kind as to maybe tell us what those creatures are or maybe look like? Where they might be located?
If they exist, they're dangerous enough that they can hide from me.
Oh
But
wow, that
But
doesn't
I-
sound too promising.
That's not good.
I thought you talked to them. Aren't they your friends, or they're not your friends?
Some of them.
And some of them are not your
Well,
friends. Okay.
You
We-
mentioned protecting this place. To whom are you protecting it from?
Anyone who might seek to do it harm.
Oh, like
A place does not survive so long as this one has without a protector.
Did you hear about what happened to, wait 1 second.
Erlorn?
Airlorn? Yeah, Airlorn.
I did.
Mm,
A travesty of untold proportions.
Do you
I
know
can
what
imagine
caused?
that must have been quite terrifying to witness.
Mm-hmm.
But
Do you know what
Um,
caused it?
I do.
Oh, what caused it?
A group of foolhardy adventurers with either a death wish or perhaps more foolish than they ought to have been.
Oh, so bad people. Well, hopefully they won't come here, because this place seems nice. I had a headache when I first walked through, but after the headache, it seems nice.
Unicorn Solace. Can we take this as invitation to stay, or would you prefer for us to leave?
You may stay.
Well, we are very grateful then that you would allow us here.
Have you come seeking something?
Yes. Yes, there
What-
is a man with a cursed wound who we are trying to heal.
I see. You'll want access to the vault then, I suppose.
That
Yes.
is permissible.
Oh, do you know what may fix it?
we were under the impression that what we might be looking for might be a document or scroll of some kind. Would these be located in this vault?
It is plausible. I can't say for certain. I can allow you passage through the city, and I will not intervene should you try to access the vault, but my rules of engagement dictate that I cannot aid you, not directly.
That's
We would
more
never
than fair.
request that.
And if somebody tries to come and hurt you here, let us know. We will help you out.
That's very kind, Ikara.
And he bows very low.
Now, while we're here in the city, are there places we should avoid? Say, where you were talking about these other creatures that are around.
Yes, anywhere that you do not intend to go.
Very helpful.
Have there been other travelers here recently?
With all due respect, Nuvian, I will need you to define what you mean by recent. You give me a number.
In the last 10 years or so.
No.
Are there any... Hold on, how do I phrase this? You're being exceedingly helpful, and we are eager to be as courteous to you. Is there anything that we can do to be of aid or service? Or we can not do to make things easier for you?
If you are able to access the vault, I would ask that you take nothing more than what you need.
Well, that's fair, like.
Boss, you have our words.
Strider just gives a thumbs up.
Can I ask a question?
But of course.
Well, you seem nice. Is it alright if we could come by again, like to talk and chat? Or do you want us to only come here and then leave and not come back?
In the same way that I cannot intervene further in your journey, I cannot place any burden upon what you may or may not do. I may only react to it.
Okay. You kind of remind me of one of my monk teachers.
How long has the Keeper been away?
It sort of like looks up to the sky, almost like a gesture of what you'll see sometimes like humans do when they're trying to think, right? Where it's
Like, they had fingers to be like,
how long has it been? And it's like, how long has it been?
Tree fitty.
Which is odd because it does sort of strike you as a very sort of human behavior. You don't need to roll inside anyone. Everyone sort of picks up on that. The common enough behavior. And they look back to you and they say, perhaps 2 weeks.
Oh, good. I was worried that it had been much longer.
I do have to ask, actually, how does time work here?
Could you refine the question?
Well, when we first entered the city, we were traveling at night, and, well, now it's, I'd say, noon.
There's no darkness here.
You don't need to sleep?
Just kind of look at Nezra like, uh-oh.
This is truly a wondrous place.
I like it here. Wait, you don't need to sleep?
Me, personally? The lights does not sleep.
That's a fair point.
The fitting name I chose for you then, like.
But it is not always seen.
There's the riddle.
Would you like to walk with us as we walk and explore around a little bit? I know that you said that you cannot necessarily aid us, and that is fine, but if you want the company, welcome to walk with us.
That could be nice.
I think that would be amazing. So, as we are walking around and such, so how would we access this vault?
As are you guys starting to walk?
Yeah, just leisurely.
As you're speaking, yeah. As you start to walk, you see the form of this creature, the unicorn. It shifts and it transforms into a woman with blonde hair, who appears to be probably in her mid-30s, maybe. And Catherine points out to you that the wings remain.
Okay. Achilles just smiles.
And she, as you all are walking and her form shifts, she speaks aloud this time, in common, and she says, "Well, I suppose that you'll want to use a key."
Makes sense.
Where is it located? The vault, specifically. I don't. It's quite a large place.
I can't say.
Oh dear. And the key. Do you think that would be at the same place, or again, different?
I can't say.
Right. I thought as much. This is one of those things, right?
No,
like, kind of
literally.
like a children's book.
Literally, I cannot.
Oh, okay. It's one of
Her
those
mouth,
things.
her mouth opens, like she's trying to say something, and nothing comes out.
Right.
Who?
Can you show?
I cannot.
Who?
Well
Who
done.
is?
Though you are clever to ask.
Who is the lore keeper, by the
And
way?
it is upon us to find it for ourselves. There are many truths that can only be found by the individual.
Who's the lore keeper?
I
The what
think
is?
that the tower that you mentioned, Achilles, would probably be a decent place to start.
First, who has the book? Is it Serena or Nubian?
The children's book?
Yeah, the
Young adult novel.
The young adult novel.
I think maybe it still has it, unless you would have asked him for it.
Because she read it on the way.
Okay, then yeah, we could say you still had it because you did read it. You were reading
Okay,
it.
yeah. So she'll like take it out of like I guess her bag or something. She'll flip through it and she'll go, actually, the book mentions the mines. Perhaps that is a good place to also look.
Are you asking her?
Just kind of like in general, like to everybody.
Sure.
She responds, "I can't say."
The book has not proven us wrong so far. I see no reason to doubt it now.
You know, I've been wondering about this. You've both read it now. Do the children or young adults actually make it home at the end?
Do you?
Do
are
they?
you sure you want to know the answer to that question?
Yes.
They do not.
Interesting. Very interesting. So maybe the book could also be a guideline on what not to do.
That could also be.
Is it like the end in tragedy, or just there is no end?
They in this story specifically, they end up finding the place and never wanting to leave.
That's what I was thinking.
Okay.
Yeah, I was like, it's pretty much like Finding Neverland. I was like, I'm not going back. I'm becoming one of the Lost Boys.
Yep. So,
Yeah.
so they become one of the people that live there.
Okay.
Who is the person who? Can you tell me his name? The person who left? You said Lord Keeper?
The Keeper.
The Keeper. That's his name?
That is one of his names.
Does he have another name?
It's Martin.
Martin? What does he look like?
Kindness.
Oh, he's nice.
Beauty. and fury.
You pause this? So like my mom. Okay. I think I kinda have an idea.
I was thinking it's an apt description of my sister when she gets angry.
Yes, it is.
What is the purpose of this place, if you do not mind my asking?
Is or was.
Was.
To keep a library of all of the world's history.
Oh gosh, now I'm beginning to understand why those people never wanted to leave in the book. This is dangerous, like, oh goodness.
DM, does Key feel different here?
Yes. So, like, typically, it requires like a presence of mind and a focus to like pull on it, right? Like, you can feel it emanating in the air, but like when you're spending a key point, it's like it requires training and focus to like access it. Here it feels freer to you, like you could tug on it in an instant, even from within yourself.
This place is a land of very important things. I can see why it is hidden.
I agree. Well, mines. You mentioned mines there, Nezra. What, if you don't mind me asking, Sus, what are these mines an actual place that exists within the city, or was that something more just contrived for the fiction?
It exists.
Were they mining this stone that seems to be, or constructing all the buildings?
It is crystal.
That would explain a lot.
It was said in the story that this place was believed to be the origins of magic. Is that true?
In a manner of speaking. The people that all once lived here were created, same as you all, by the one who created magic. Another way of thinking of it is that they did not create energy, but they created magic. The people that once lived here.
In this world, Zach, like, if I'm thinking just like Forgotten Realms, Faerun type lore, whatever, like, obviously, like Mystra is the goddess of magic, but is there such a thing like that in this world? Is there a specific god of magic that is the weave in this world?
Not really.
Okay.
I mean, there are people that follow Mystra and believe that it is her. But it's by no means as settled of an issue, I suppose, as it is in Faerunian lore.
Okay. So Achilles will, I think, just by the general vibe of this person and the place, whatever, he keeps subconsciously slipping back into Celestial and having to bring himself back. But he'll be speaking in Celestial for a second without realizing and say to Sullus there, I get the sense that you're very close, at least closer to what myself and Catherine are than to what other people are. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Right. That's wonderful.
She's replying common, by the way.
Okay. Yeah. So if anyone notices it, which you probably will, you have to tell Achilles to stop doing it because he's gonna subconsciously veer back towards it all the time.
So many of us speak Celestial, it's fine. No big deal.
I don't. That's
I
what-
don't. I do not.
2 of you do.
Yeah. So Nubian's just like,
Yes.
We've kind of learned to tune it out from the last time you guys were in the back of the cart
Yeah.
trying
Yes.
to
Oh,
get
yeah.
that book.
Or when
I
they
don't know,
yelled at
this is normal.
Soretta just talking. She's like, I can't read.
So as we're walking, is this kind of is it like a residential district that surrounds like a city center, like a proper city, or is it? What's the vibe of how the city is planned out?
Make me a make me an insight check.
We need somebody with that urgent background or mapping skills here, yo.
18.
Ooh.
+5 wisdom.
You get the impression that the city itself is leading you somewhere.
Yes.
You notice uncanny, almost what a person who didn't know better would say is literal shifting of buildings, just at the edge of your view, like the city was leading you somewhere.
Oh,
You can't
I
be
went
sure if it's trying to make you lost or leading you to your destination, but it's leading you somewhere.
I choose to believe in the city. I want to, as subtly as possible, assist in helping our group follow as it moves. And just
Okay.
kind of keep us going.
Ikaro,
Maybe get us into some deep conversation so we're not so focused on where we're going and kind of follow the path a bit.
Ikaro
I get you.
Ikaro would definitely help with that because he's super curious about the place. So his next question, he's like, so, what happened to all the people here? Because now it's just you as the keeper, right? Did the others, what happened to the others?
I can't say.
Oh. It's a secret.
Were there any dragons here?
There were.
What happened to them? You can't say.
I can't say.
Yeah.
As we're walking around, Catherine, Achilles is just sort of mentally asking Catherine just to try and look at some of the buildings and stuff, see if he sees any signs or any writing anywhere, do we pass a baker or whatever, I just want to know, what are we passing? Is there any writing anywhere? Would I recognize the writing?
You would. Everything is written in Celestial.
Okay.
It seems to be written into the crystal itself, as opposed to having like a stop sign. It's like emblazoned on the side of buildings,
Okay.
inside of the crystal. And make me a perception check as you're
Okay.
kind of like observing the buildings directly, looking for signage.
It's my favorite number today, but that's slightly higher, a 17.
You notice that the words are actually coming from tendrils of energy, and the tendrils of thin energy are not the same color, which is why from a distance all of the buildings appeared to be different colors, because they kind of are. There's like very faint energy like glowing through the crystal that is an array of different prismatic colors. And it's spelling out words in Celestial. You do see like Baker, Arms and Armor. You see some sort of sweet cake shop. You see a clothier, a tailor, all of these different places as you're walking by them, but no one's here.
And like the clothier place, as we walk past it, if there's windows or whatever, are there still clothes and stuff inside it, or is it just empty?
There are still some. It looks mostly emptied though.
Okay.
Like maybe someone had packed up and moved away.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's. I was just trying to get that sense, like, okay, so it was a normal city, more or less. You know, aside from the other stuff, it was a normal functioning city.
Yeah.
Okay.
So much so that if it were old enough, you might believe that this is where the concept of a city was invented.
Okay.
I'm not saying it's true, but it matches the modern appearances of city enough that like it could have been transplanted.
Yeah.
As we're walking, is there any cool shinies other than the crystal buildings that catch Serena's eye?
There are some things still within the arms and armor shop that would probably qualify as shiny.
Serena's gonna hang back in the back just a little.
Okay.
Keep
where will the keeper be? Where will the keeper be back?
What was that, Akara?
When will the keeper be back?
She says, "I can't say," but then like smiles in the way that you realize it's more of a joke. And that this time she's really saying, "I don't know," as opposed to "I literally can't say." But it's like an inside joke sort of thing, like, "I can't say."
Fair enough.
Okay.
This place has a lot of celestial written amongst it. Was this the city religious to a particular deity?
I will say, it is not a modern form of celestial. You're mostly able to figure it out, but it's different. Imagine some things are like spelled slightly differently, right? Where it's like you have these sort of like celestial runes, and it's like, well, I know what that word means if you take out that stroke and that stroke and that stroke, so it must just be that.
2 V's make a W, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
That is interesting.
Do we seem to be getting closer to anywhere as we follow the path that the city is giving us?
You know, it does seem like you're being led to that large warehousey building, if you had to hazard a guess with that previous insight check you rolled.
Then I'm not going to draw any attention to it, so we keep going. You know,
You've already-
Akara.
I was gonna say, you've already lost Serena, by the way.
Wait, she's gone?
She may have stayed a little bit farther behind than she would have liked to look at some stuff.
We gotta go capture Serena.
Where did she? No, that does seem to make sense based on what I know of her.
Oh, she's not here?
Solus, do you know where Serena is?
Yes.
I figured. I think we're just going to go collect her, right?
Would you like to? She seems rather happy.
If she's not doing anything wrong, I have no reason to intervene with her.
I mean, honestly, I thought it would be a problem for you, Solus.
Why?
Well, you did say that we needed to stay where we were needed or something like that. We take only what you need, look only something.
Yeah, not taking anything.
Well, I mean, if you're fine with it, I mean, I don't generally tell her what to do, so.
Yes, I believe she will be okay, and I believe we've all agreed to follow the rules, so she'll be fine.
Definitely no consequences coming from this choice. None whatsoever.
Hey, Serena can make her own decisions. See how this
Good
goes.
girl. She knows what she's doing.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Akara, did you notice, and I'm going to point out where the warehouse is relative to us?
Notice what?
The warehouse. This big building here.
No, it kind of just reminds me of the other big buildings. This is... I couldn't... This is the warehouse? This is where the vault is?
Well, I don't know, but we're getting closer to it, and I think that is exciting.
Yeah. I want to see what's inside.
I also think that your brother is a genius. Just for the record.
Mm-hmm. He's really smart. He probably got it from Dad. Because Dad's really smart.
Oh. What was your dad's name again?
At this point, I do not have it directly on hand. But Solus interjects with what your father's name is.
And be like,
Smooth.
is just to clarify, it's Rovalin, Rovalin.
Rovalin.
Yeah.
So is it like surround sound where they say it at the same time and I'm like,
Yeah, but it's weird because like one of them is being processed in your head and the other one is appearing directly in your head. So they're like bouncing off each other.
7.1. Not even 5.1. That is 7.1. That's the subwoofer right there. Yeah. So yeah, that's him. He's really smart. I mean, Mom is smart too, but I mean, Mom's a dragon, so dragons are normally smart.
what does your dad do?
Oh, he's one of the leaders of the monastery.
Oh,
He's
I hadn't realized it was a family thing. I didn't, honestly, I guess I need to examine some of my preconceived ideas because I kind of thought that monks didn't pass their lineage on. I thought it was kind of you were called to it, not born into it.
Oh no, everyone
You know,
everyone in our family, that is a monk. My older sister is a monk. Uh, and then Nuvi is a monk. And then my dad's a monk. It was very important.
Is your cousin a monk? Celebi.
I don't think so. She wasn't at the monastery. If she became a monk, she wouldn't be from our monastery.
see, I think I had that backwards in my head, like, but I don't know why. I think I was just having one of those stupid moments where it was kind of like, I got the idea of a convent mixed up with a monastery, but I'm like, but that can't be the issue because you're both brothers. Of course, you're allowed to have children. So sometimes that happens to me.
Does this explain the birds and the bees to Akara 2.0?
Not the time.
Yeah, because you was like, wait, what? Coven?
That's Nuvian's job.
Solus, sorry, could I ask a rather random question?
That would be pleasant.
Do you have information of things outside of this city? I mean, you obviously knew about us, but we came into the city. You knew about Erlorn, though, so I'm assuming you have some knowledge of what's going on in the greater world.
What sort of place would this be for recording history if we had no knowledge of the outside world?
Well, I meant you personally, not the city general.
The keeper.
You're not the keeper, though, right?
Correct.
Well,
you spoke of the city general. This is not a military outfit.
I meant the city in general.
Ah. Kind of narrows her eyes at you for a moment, and you're not sure exactly like why or what she's accusing you of wordlessly. But she I can tell you what happened in the meta later if you want.
Okay.
Basically, she does that, and then she says, "Well, yes, the keeper does, and I do as well. Why do you ask?"
Do you know a dragon named Celebi?
Oh,
where I could find her?
Yes.
Oh, where is she?
I shouldn't say.
Ooh. Change is good.
What? Why not? She could be. She's probably. I think she's in danger. We have to find her.
Well, I rather don't think you'll like the answer.
What? Well, I mean, as long as we.
I'm going to try to make sure Nuvian is in on this conversation because I don't want Ikara finding out something by himself.
Nuvian is listening.
Well, I mean, as long as the answer, I mean, it's the best we can do. Is she okay?
For now.
Okay. Can you tell me where she is, please?
In danger.
That's what I thought. Oh boy. Oh, where is she at? Do you know where she at currently?
Yes.
Where is she?
Kidnapped.
By whom?
I can't say.
How about I give a different question? Can't say specifically, like, but would you be able to give? We were told, or at least by our good friends here, that she's in Bastion somewhere. Would you be able to narrow down at least the district that we should look in?
No.
Darn.
Oh,
Can you
wait,
answer
wait.
yes or no questions?
Perhaps.
Is she in Bastion?
Is she here?
Within the city?
Yes.
No.
Is
Naz'in,
she with the Dragon Riders?
No.
Naz'in, can I see your maps?
Yes. I have a map.
Wait, did you had a map
Fairly
of?
sure.
Yeah, you had a map of like how to
Somebody
get.
had a map.
Yeah, because you had a map of
Oh,
how to
you're right.
get.
You're right. I
Mhm.
mean, I did have several hand-drawn maps. Yeah, I pull out the hand-drawn maps I have. And
Can you point on the map where she is? See, so you won't say anything, but you could point.
Even if I could do that, I'd be placing myself in grave danger to do so. And it hardly seems worth it for me to place myself into grave danger when you already have all the answers that you need.
Wait, you would be in danger if you. Are they coming after you too?
Hardly.
I have an idea. Do you have any advice of what we could do to help her?
Yes,
Well, we would love to hear it.
you possess all of the information. So I think you should look at it again from another angle.
That's encouraging.
Mm,
It's good to know that we don't need anything else, like, because if you have all the pieces, you just need to figure it out.
Okay, well, we don't want you to get in grave danger, but I had a feeling. So, oh boy, that's not good.
See, I have a slightly personal question too, which hopefully might be able to give me a bit of answer. Like, see, my brother Kyron has his mindset of maybe becoming a knight of some sort or a soldier of some sort. We've met a few people that seem like they might be all right to teach him, right? But your personal opinion, if I had to entrust somebody with my brother's training or safekeeping, and obviously it's up to him as well, like, and mostly up to my dad. Out of the people that we've met so far, what do you think would be a better fit for him? Because I'm not sure if I'm really getting the feeling that he should join like the city guard or something like that. It just doesn't feel right. I don't think they were particularly well trained.
You understand that I can't tell you what to do?
Oh, of course, no. I'm not getting that, but like more like a moral center kind of person. Out of the only people that have come to my mind who I could suggest perhaps having my brother train would be maybe Captain Marjorie, seemed like a stand-up sort of person. And then there were at the temple there, they seemed like they might be a good enough fit for him. But you're a judge of character. Who would you say is a better moral choice?
Were I to choose someone to place my child within their charge, which is essentially the question that you asked me, I personally would ensure that I placed them with someone who did not train in the sword. Therefore, I might at least be assured that a sword would not be taken up against them, now or in the future.
Oh, goodness, I don't think that's going to be an answer that my brother will enjoy hearing at all. But I fully understand your meaning.
what is your brother like? Or wants, ultimately? Like, does he just want to carry a sword, or does he have like ideals of, I don't know, protection or duty?
You know, I think right now he's in that process of discovering what that is, which is why I didn't want him to just leave the village right now before he has a bit more of an idea of what that might be. I know he wants to be strong. I know he likes to use his physicality. I know he's got a good mind on him. He pretends that he doesn't, but he does. So I don't know. I definitely know that he looks up to me a lot, like I've said before, but you know, I'm fairly carefree. I don't know if you've noticed, like I don't necessarily have a huge direction, but I generally get the feeling that I'm being led to where I need to be. But I don't know if that's exactly how he feels.
If you would like, I could teach him a few things, see how it goes.
I reckon he'd like that. You know, but he's such a strong lad too. But either way, it's a slight dilemma for me because I want him to be happy.
I have a feeling we're gonna end up with like a little summer camp for your brother. It's like, here's a week of monk stuff. Here's a week of cleric stuff. Let's try a whole bunch of things.
Artificing
Something up.
Good idea,
101.
Rogue.
It's a career day.
Career day.
I'll teach you how to cast fireball.
Career fair.
Speaking of artificing, what is our artificer doing currently?
Well, she would have gone back to that armor place, weapon shop, whatever it was.
Mhm.
And she's not looking to take anything, rest assured. She's actually looking for either old schematics or even weapons that look interesting that she could draw.
Make me, this is going to sound weird, but go ahead and make me a Tinker Tools check.
Tinker Tools check. Ooh. That would be a 15.
It's all made of crystal. You find what you think is probably some type of crossbow, a few short swords, a couple long swords, one that probably is a great sword of some sort, as well as many different bits of various armor, and it's all made out of crystal. You could take notes on the designs and try to draw them if you wanted to with that roll. But even if you had some of this crystal, you're not entirely sure yet what it would take to like work it and form it into an actual shape. But you can take notes on what you observe of the various different pieces of crystal equipment.
Yeah, she'll do that. Take out her little journal to start drawing them. And I guess when she's done, she's gonna try and find everybody again.
Okay. I'll say between a small, medium, and large level of detail, what would Serena be trying to capture?
Oh, large.
You're gonna be there for several hours.
Oh. Okay then.
Yep. That's
What'll get her like 5 minutes, 10 minutes at the max.
You're gonna try to keep it to 10 minutes?
At least, yeah.
Okay.
And we're gonna pick up Serena at the end of the mission on our way out.
Are
I remember
you
you.
staying long enough to do the high level of detail, or are you stopping after 10 minutes?
She'll stop after 10 minutes. She's like, the others are probably doing some cool stuff right now.
Fair enough. Okay. So Serena is approximately 10 minutes behind. The last thing that Solus said to you, Achilles, is that of the people who take up power of any sort to try and protect themselves or others, history has shown that those who do it with a sword are the least reliable.
I'll think about that. Thank you.
No problem. Does anyone else have anything that they want to ask Solus while you all are walking?
Ikara has almost gone completely quiet after the discovery that his cousin was kidnapped. And he pauses for a second. He says, "Wait, would Ikara know about sending?" I'm pretty sure he would be familiar with that, right? How common is sending per se?
I'd say he'd probably know about it. Sure.
Okay.
Either your mother or people associated with her would probably have had to use it previously to communicate with you, I would imagine, while you're at the monastery.
Mm-hmm.
Or with Nuvian while he was, gone.
For his log journeys. He will look up. His voice is of course a bit softer. Definitely void of any sort of happiness that he had before, and he asks, Can you send messages?
Are you speaking to Solus?
Mm-hmm. Gonzalez, can you send messages?
I can.
Can you send a message to my mom, letting her know that she's kidnapped and that we're going to try to find her?
I could.
Is that going to put you in danger again?
It is your message. I cannot pay for the cost of sending the message with my own energy. You will have to pay for it.
How much is sending again?
I can pay for it if need be.
I guess we can split it in half. Okay.
That is acceptable.
And so, Ikara will take out a small little brown bag that he has on his side, one of the few components that he actually carries on himself. And on this brown bag, he takes out essentially 25 gold pieces from this bag. He says, "Here you go."
She says, that won't be necessary. Take my hand. And she holds out a hand to each of you.
Maybe let's take the hand.
Yeah, he takes it as well.
What would you like to say?
Mom, Celebi is in danger. She's kidnapped. We're going to find her and rescue her. Please be safe. Love you. Yeah, that's it. Oh, I mean, if Nuvia has any more words.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you can hear her speaking this message loud. And as she does so, each of you has your current hit points and your maximum hit points reduced by 25%. As you feel the energy for the spell draining on your own life force.
Oh.
And I will tell you when that is done.
So we
But
lost.
for the moment, you have your current and maximum hit points reduced by 25%. So
Okay,
since you each paid half the cost, you each lose 25%.
I have a question. When we leveled up, did our hit points go to the new maximum, or did they stay where they were before?
You would have gotten additional hit points from the level.
Okay.
So whatever the total is, take 1/4 of it, and that is temporarily slashed off.
You're making me do math. Don't you know? As a
Yeah,
poli
okay.
sci major, I can't do that. It's impossible.
I learn languages. I don't learn math.
Well, we thank you for that. It was very kind of you.
Thank you.
Yes, there is. The reply is stay safe.
Are you both okay? You kind of look a little bit pale. Or tired, maybe?
Mm-hmm. I guess something happened. I'm a little drained, but I guess it's the way
Yeah?
it is. I guess so.
I mean, I can heal you if you need healing.
Oh, well, technically, we all lost 7 hit points to begin with, right?
Yeah, we did.
Oh, yeah,
didn't
we entered. Yeah, we entered. We did this.
Mm-hmm.
We did this 7. Oof. I'm low on hit points. It is fine. Nesma, thank you for your offer.
Do I believe them? That it is fine.
It is fine missing like
I
half
mean-
leg.
Yeah, like how bad did they physically appear from the outside?
I mean, I still think neither of them are like bloodied from their new maximum, so they are like paler probably, but they're also like monks who have been through a rigorous training regimen for, well, in Nuvian's case, like literal decade.
Yeah.
In Ikar's case, a shorter amount of time but harsher.
Oh, yeah.
They do hide it pretty well. You you can tell, but it's not like, oh, they're in immediate danger. You don't feel like, you have to heal them now or they'll fall over.
Did Ikara go through one of those things where it's just like everyone in the monastery had those big bamboo poles and then just all I had to take turns like beating the shit out of him? Did he feel bad?
Oh no!
Mostly it's just like after he found out about Celebi, I imagine his tail was like wagging like just the smallest amount, and now it just like kind of stopped.
Yeah, it's just it's completely still at that moment. It's like there's complete no happiness. I mean, even his voice didn't express that because that's like almost all his mind right now. So, but yeah, he's trying to hide it well.
It's
Try
bad
to
boy
anyway.
hours.
Mm-hmm.
Sad boy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not my boy.
Did we stop while we were talking? We were still walking and talking. Or
Well, I think for the message we would have had to stop.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. But how close is the warehouse now, though?
Just outside.
Outside.
Oddly
Hey, we're
enough, Lorena pops out from an alleyway, literally right next to you as you get up to the warehouse.
Oh, cool! You're all here. You didn't do anything. Like you didn't fight anything while I was gone, did you?
Oh, no, we're just having some lovely conversation.
Oh, good.
I mean, we won't tell you about the. No, that's fine.
So this really, why do those two look pale? What happened?
Wait, hold on. Describe it in terms of grayscale.
So,
Never mind. That was just a little. That was just a little joke.
We
sort of
are-
like,
We are fine. It is of no concern. But we shall finish our assignment quickly. That is allowable with you all.
Is there a door? To the warehouse?
There's a doorway. It does not have an actual door on it. It's just kind of like an open arch.
Cool.
Okay. How about writing on the specific building? Does it have any title?
It does. It says Martin's Workshop, and there's another word before Martin, but it's difficult to make out given the dialect differences. Give me an intelligence check.
Cool. 18.
I was looking for 15, so yeah, that's good. You believe that the word is supposed to mean betrayer. The context is kind of lost. It's very confusing to you, but it is it roughly translates to betrayer, and I will post in chat for you the literal like common translation. But it like if you were to put it into common letters, that's what it would read. But it roughly translates to betrayer.
Can I see that?
Do you read Celestial?
I do not.
So you can see the letters, but you can't read them without knowing Celestial.
So this I'm a wee bit confused here. You said that the keeper's name was Martin, and this is a Martin's Workshop, but I don't think I'm translating this correctly. Naz'in as betrayer, is that?
I can't say.
Okay.
Sorry, did you say Naz'in is betrayer?
Well, that's kind of like it's such an old form of Celestial, like it's very difficult to sort of translate as well. But if I had to, do a bit of a translation to common, I would say that word would be closer to Naz'in. And the best I can make out would be something along the lines of betrayer, but I don't really understand. I know this is a workshop and it belongs to a Martin. Whether it is the keeper Martin or just another Martin, Martin could be a fairly common name.
I mean, maybe it's just a title or something that has changed in meaning. Maybe it's keeper.
It could be.
I can't follow you inside.
Ah, okay. I think
I
we're
would
on the right
suggest
track
that
then.
you take the time to reflect on who writes history.
Oh, I know this one. The Victor.
And then Solus disappears from view, like she was never there.
I just want to clarify, everyone else did see the unicorn. That became a woman that brought us here.
Brenna's like,
Right.
what unicorn? Nezra?
Yeah.
No, we saw the unicorn, but
I really like this place. I am looking forward to exploring it more. I want to look inside this building. Do you think it's trapped, though?
I reckon that after that wee little bit of a headache passing through the entryway there, do you think we might want to sit down for a minute and just discuss what we might do? Or does somebody just want to check around for traps? Or, I mean,
That sounds like a great time to take a short break. before we enter the workshop.
Guess we're sitting outside.
Guess we're
Let's
sitting
do-
outside.
Let's
God
do
told us.
Let's do 9 minutes, so we'll be back at 35.
All right. So we'll be right back. We'll be going to our break screen. If you like what you're seeing here, or like to talk about some of the characters, what's happening in the events, if you want to do some fan art for our characters, you can join us at our Discord, which I will just put in the chat. And from there, you'll be able to join us. You'll see our watch parties as well. Get all of the notifications when we release VODs, as well as announcements for the stream. So we'll be back in 9+ minutes, and look forward to see you all soon. Take care.
Yeah.
All right, and perfect. We are now back. Thank you again for joining us for episode 4 of It's Our World. All right, Fell Flames, take it away. Actually, I think we were last leave off at talking about short rest, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you've all decided?
Mm-hmm.
Some head nods. Yes,
Oh,
yes.
I think so, yeah.
You are all in the middle of your short rest when you are very relaxed and you complete it successfully.
Okay.
Right.
All right, so I'm gonna roll. I'll roll a hit. Well, I'll probably just use my key points to get the quick and healing.
Where is the
Just
short
coming
rest
back.
The hit
button?
die.
Which is 1d4, I think, for us. Right?
Short rest.
Is it 1d4 or 1d6?
It was 2.
Die.
Sure.
Yes, take short rest. Confirm. And I can roll a hit die.
I only
Yeah,
needed
we're
one.
1d4. Yeah, our 1d6 is at level
Okay.
5. So yes, next level for us is gonna be a nice increase. All right, so 1d4.
Back to I'm at my current maximum hit points.
Oh,
Me too.
One off.
I'm 2 off, but it's okay.
Alright.
5. Wait.
Serena,
Mhm.
do you have any capability
Oh,
of
no, I have
detecting
one
if things magical resonances or not?
I do, but it's going to take me 10 minutes.
Because I'm just wondering, like Naz'in mentioned, maybe this place is trapped, and if this place is well, I mean, everything is quite magical here. If there was something along those lines, I imagine it might be a magical form of trap rather than a mundane.
So Achilles, I actually have the ability to find traps.
Well, that's even better then.
Yeah.
So it's a one-time action that with 120 feet, I can tell if there's anything that would be harmful or undesirable, specifically intended by its creator. It includes things like alarm or glyphs, that kind of thing. So it might be better to get a little bit in and then do it.
Does
Sounds
anyone
like a
else
plan.
hear like a whistling sound?
Yes.
Sometimes, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, at least some other people hear it. I'm just trying to make sure I'm not like, genuinely starting to hear things or something.
I heard it too.
Okay.
Finally starting to go.
Neato. Okay. Yeah. So you're gonna step inside and try to sense danger.
Yep. I will cast my spell. When we look inside past the doorway, does it open up into like a foyer, or is there like another passage that goes to another door or something?
You see a lot of tables. It's all one big empty room from what you can see from the entrance. There's a lot of different tables laden down with various different materials.
How big does the room look to be?
Probably tens of thousands of square feet.
All right. Now this will only work for kind of the immediate vicinity of 120 feet, but we can at least see if there's any immediate issues. So I will cast that spell. So it does not tell me the specifics of the trap. It just tells me if the traps exist.
Is it specifically traps or things that would be harmful to you?
It says, a trap for the purpose of the spell includes anything that would inflict a sudden or unexpected effect that I would consider harmful or undesirable. And it has to be something that was intended by its creator. But it would be something like alarm, a glyph, a mechanical pit trap. But it would not reveal like if there was a structural problem that was unintentional, like a faulty floor.
Like if the engineers just haven't been by in a little while to check on the codes.
Yeah.
C plus.
Yeah, no, okay. You do not sense any immediate danger in your 120-foot vicinity.
Good news. No traps to be found so far. And with that, I will actually like step on in and like proceed a little bit more confidently.
You're all
Behind
follow
you.
us. Mhm.
Julian enters.
Okay. It's a very large room. You see all various manner of tools, projects that all look like they're in 100 different various stages of completion. Crystal material, a different kind of crystal that doesn't even look like you've seen previously in your adventures here so far. There's a few different kinds of metal. Some of them that don't really look like anything that you've really seen before. You see one or two projects that look like they're probably in the process of being enchanted somehow. There's like various different like powders and like treatment regimens that Achilles would notice as like preparing things for enchanting. And it's just a room, a huge room full of all of these projects in various states of incompletion.
Looks like it is. They were not expecting to leave so soon.
If you want to dig deeper, you all could give me investigation checks.
I
do
would
that.
like to do that.
No, Serena, blank mind, straight to a table.
Yeah, we'll try. It's not-
Which give me a little more parameters because you're in a weird situation right now. Like, are you gonna look for something mostly complete, mostly unfinished, crystal project, metal project, or like what sort of
I
parameters
think
are you looking
she'll go for the crystals, especially the one they haven't seen yet.
for? Okay. Okay.
I made an 18 on my investigation check.
15, which is pretty good for my -1.
Ikara,
I got a 9.
I rolled a solid 2. Makes sense. Ikara's not in a good state right now.
Oh no!
Achilles and Aaron, the thing that seems to Nezra, sorry. I was looking at your
I teleported. It's fine.
I was looking at your the screen name is not actually Nezra. Yeah. Anyway, still my fault. Sorry about that. So Achilles and Nezra, you both notice a mural on one of the walls, sort of farther away from the the entrance. Nezra, you're not entirely sure what it says, but there's some beautiful writing at the bottom of this mural where there appears to be some sort of figure that was drawn and then like almost like painted over with like a prismatic glow of light so that you can't see the figure behind the light. Achilles, that beautiful writing at the bottom is in Celestial, and you translate it to "The truth is key."
Truth is key. So the truth is key. Like, do you reckon we just need to give up a secret or something?
Sorry?
Well, the writing at the bottom, it says the truth is key. Perhaps we need to, tell the truth of ourselves, and then we can enter.
I don't know if it would know us. Maybe it means like the truth of this place is key. Did you notice right here, like it looks like it's been painted over?
I do.
Maybe that's
I mean,
the truth.
it's definitely different. Hmm.
Is
Afraid
there
I
anything?
don't. Go ahead.
Is there any way that we can see what is underneath it? Like, does it look like we could remove that paint to see what was underneath it, or?
Perhaps if you had a lot of time and some specific painting tools.
Does the book say anything about this place?
The like sort of workshop type of building. Yes. Actually, it does. So, funnily enough, at one point in the young adult novel, they experience the death of hope, and they need to go recreate it in the workshop. So they come to the workshop and they recreate hope. That gives them the hope to continue on and finish their journey in the book.
Do I? Yeah, go ahead, Nivian.
Perhaps we need to recreate the concept of truth in here.
How do you build truth?
How many roads must a man walk down before you can call him a man?
Also, I mean, I think it's important to remember what our unicorn friend said was, who writes history, who gives the name? It's, the people who are still around to write it, kind of thing. So who defines truth?
Well, I suppose at the moment we do. There's no one else here.
So maybe Achilles was right, and she's looking at her stuff on the table. Just shout back at everyone.
Does anything in this place resemble what I would come to understand as a forge, or anything along those lines?
Make me an Arcana check of difficulty 15, and then if you pass that, make me a Smith's Tools check.
Is there anything that looks like glass blower's tools? Or glass
I did not make that Arcana check.
You said, Nubian, you said, is there anything that resembles like glass blowing tools?
Yeah, or like a glass blowing. I don't know what that would be called, like a place for glass blowing.
It does. That yeah, you find it. You can find a glass blowing kit on one of the projects. It looks like they were in the process of trying to make like a polished glass mirror. The glass is only like half shaped down. It's like an uneven surface.
It's odd, don't you all? The last thing someone was making was a mirror. Wonder why.
Are you sure it was the last thing? There's a lot of projects in here, Nuvian.
That's true, but I feel as if people for a city like this, I don't think people were in the habit of leaving things half finished.
So Rena, you recognize the project that you went over to, by the way, before we forget about it. Appears to be a dagger that is probably 70-75% complete. The blade is finished, but there are materials for like wrapping the hilt, and setting the pommel that are like right next to it on the table, but it's unfinished.
How big is the mirror?
It's probably like a 6-inch diameter, so relatively small. Small enough you could carry it around in your hand if you wanted to.
Mirrors can be quite useful, like if you enchant them, Nubian. So, I mean, it wouldn't be too unusual, I think, in this place.
I was thinking perhaps we should finish their projects.
Would I put the number of projects in here to be greater than, like, I don't know, 30?
Yeah, you'd estimate it's probably around 100, maybe a little more, maybe a little less.
I think we're going to spend a lot of time learning from Serena before we get any of that done.
Oh, I've always wanted to teach people.
When I look at the mirror, I ignore that. When I look at the mural, so there's a figure that's painted over. What else is on that mural?
So there's a figure that's painted over that's clearly like the central sort of focus. But you can see that it looks like they're almost like floating above some mountains that ring around a body of water. And they are within the plains, like they're above the sun drawn in the sky. If you look at like the plains of the figure, where the sun is at, the mountains and the water, they're above it, like as if they were physically floating above it.
Nuvian, I think you are probably the right person to ask because you seem to be good at finding answers. When we were talking to Sulla, she said something about how the creator, the creation of magic. What did she say exactly?
This is the thing that created magic, Wrestle, created this place, I believe, or something to that effect.
I mean, that sounds like a pretty significant truth. If we look at the mural, there's this figure floating above the world, as far as I can tell. Maybe the truth is who the creator is?
Looking at it, do I get the feeling there's a secondary message besides the obvious one?
It's difficult to say.
Achilles is going to try something stupid. Not super stupid, but prestidigitation can clean things. Can I try and clean the paint off?
Yeah, roll me another Arcana check.
Okay.
I told you he's our wizard.
8. The force is not with me in this workshop.
So, as you attempt to clean it, calling upon your arcane powers, the spell does go off, and for a moment you're like, oh, it's actually going to work, as your mind runs through the like, oh man, this could explode on me, some sort of creature could jump out of it, maybe this paint is a mimic, like, your head is like spinning through all these possibilities, and then it's like, oh, nothing bad happened. And then the paint that's painted over starts to thicken. It seems to have the inverse effect of what you intended.
Oh no. I just made it worse, like.
Were you trying? Was that something that normally happens when you do that?
Well, no, it can, but usually you have to want it to happen. It's like one way or the other, make it clean or make it dirty. And I was trying to make it clean.
Is it, and I don't know much about the arcane arts, but is it possible that it is designed to do that? To hide something?
Yeah, I think it's probably very likely. I thought I'd take a wild stab at the dark and just see what I could do, but You know, I'm going to try something else here. Because I still think maybe the simple solution is the better one. A truth. Just a plain old truth. Well, truth is, I'm kind of terrified about leaving my home village permanently. I don't really want to be out here in the world and doing all these things because I'm kind of worried about my mother and my sister and my brother always. But to be honest, I'm just kind of worried that I'll not really be anything special outside of that place, you know. That's probably the biggest truth I have to share.
You all see that Achilles disappears from your view.
Uh-oh. Where did he...
In much the same manner that Solace did earlier. It's just, he's just gone.
Dear, apparently we have to speak a truth.
I guess. Or he got teleported and killed or something. We don't know.
That is technically true.
Nuvian will turn and look at the mural, take a deep breath, and I fear that I will never live up to the legacy of the dragons or be worthy of their praise.
Nuvian disappears from your view.
Ikara, are you all right?
Yes. Ikara?
Yeah. Like, what do I say?
Well, you could say the truth about how you feel right now. Maybe that would work.
Oh, right now? I feel very sad because I know that my cousin is out there kidnapped, and I know I want to help these people, but I feel like the longer we stay here, the more in danger my cousin is. And I know she hasn't met me before, but I was hoping I could meet her and talk to her. Because we don't get to see too many dragons outside of my mom and dad. But so yeah, I'm really sad.
Kara disappears from Nezra and Serena's view. Two remain.
Well, how do you want to do this?
Are we in standoff territory where we're both just kind of staring at each other like, I don't know. After you.
Like, no, I insist, please. Nezra.
Oh, goodness. I mean, does it take a big truth or a small truth? I don't know. My name is Nezra, and I do not know the name of any family I might have had, but I am eager to find out more about this Naz'in.
Serena, you're alone.
Serena will look at the mural, take a deep breath, and say, I have been hiding who I am from everybody. I am of noble blood.
Serena appears with all of the rest of you. And I will note now, because I didn't want to spoil and change what you all would do, those of you on the other side could still hear everything that was said. Like they were standing right next to you.
You're just full of surprises there, Serena.
Serena's gonna try and beat on the wall or something just to get out.
So you find yourself in a location that does have a door. There's an exit. You're not like seemingly trapped or anything. But inside of the room is thousands of scrolls neatly tucked into like vertical slots in the wall, sort of 3 by 3 by 3, kind of stacked up upon each other. There are what look like they could be magical, ornate weapons, metal, crystal, all of it sort of mounted on one part of the wall. There are books, hundreds, thousands of them, and all of this stuff is stacked in the room. It's probably like 20 feet high and maybe 30 by 40 foot in dimension, and all of the walls are just like filled with stuff, rings, necklaces, any sort of item you could maybe imagine is there.
I would like to issue just a bit of caution. I have a feeling, given that we all had to sacrifice a little truth in order to get in here, that it might be wise to make sure that we don't take anything unless it's what we need, like Solace said earlier.
So we made an agreement.
Yeah, we said we wasn't going to take
Mhm.
anything.
Well, she said we could take the scroll or whatever that would heal Daniel, but outside of that,
Specifically, she said, do not take anything that you do not need.
Mm-hmm.
So, Serena, who's your father? Who does he work for? Who's your mom? Who does she work for?
Some people in Bastion. It's not important at the moment.
Oh, it's not important, love. If you didn't want to talk about it, you didn't want to talk about it. But honestly, you know, I think that's nice that we could all share a little something back there. Either way, we should probably look for the things, but do you want to find your parents' nest, or do you want to know who you came from? Oh, I'm quite excited now.
you know, well, it's more that they had all passed on before I was old enough to know them.
Okay.
So, not really a bridge I can travel over. Travel back, whatever.
Serena, why did you
We will all find peace on our paths eventually. We just have to keep following them.
Serena, why did you want to hide it? It doesn't change who you are. You're still just Serena.
Well, Ikara, I will say this now before we can discuss this more in detail later, but I am not like the rest of my family.
Okay. I'll be honest and tell you, I don't know where to start here. Reading and stuff like that is not really my forte. I'm not really.
Libraries usually have catalogs, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
You think there's a Dewey Decimal of the stack of mountains of scrolls we have going on here?
There could be. We have not looked.
Nuvian is going to try to will the proper scroll to appear. To see if that works.
You do feel pulled to one of the scrolls. It's Nuvian's relatively tall, right? Like 6 foot something?
6'4", yeah.
You have to reach up a little bit above your head, but like the one that you're being called to, that you feel like could be the right one, is like within arm's reach if you just reached up with your hand.
Then you will reach and pull it down.
You do, and as you do so, the sort of readjustment of all of them falling down kicks another one loose, and it falls into your hand, like directly, like not the one that you pulled with. It just falls and happens to land in the other hand.
That was odd.
Swear I will never go to another library without you, Nuvian. This is twice.
Twice this has happened.
Why do you have 2 scrolls, though?
I'm not sure. I figured that this room responds to perhaps desire or will, so I desired the scroll, but then this one also arrived. You have to forgive me, haven't studied the arcane. Can any of you tell me what these are, or perhaps if either of them are correct?
I want to see if I similarly think I am looking for a scroll that will heal the cursed wound of Daniel specifically. Do I get a ping off of either scroll that is in Nuvian's hand?
One of them seems like it could be. The other one doesn't feel like it's meant for you.
I mean, this one here, and I gesture towards the one that felt more accurate. This feels right. I don't know.
And the other?
If Scylla says we should take what we need, and that one just happened to fall in your hands, maybe this is something you need, Nubian.
I do recall I was poor with my wording. I was simply requesting the scroll that I came here in search of, so perhaps this is more literal than I intended. What about the rest of you? Do you feel anything?
Ikara kind of steps forward, and then he kind of opens his hands, and he's like, "Scroll that I need," and then he'll open his hands out to see if any scrolls appear there for something that he needs.
You all feel a strange gust of wind, and then one that looks like it's from the top of the stack, somewhere in one of the corners of the room, is, I guess, struck by this gust of wind as it floats down, and one of the scrolls lands directly in Ikara's hand.
Oh,
Okay, sure. I guess we should all try it.
All right. Seems like
What I need
The
the
same.
most.
Achilles is going to think something specific. He is going to think about the identity of who cursed Daniel. Hold out his hand.
Okay. Something falls into your hand, Achilles. Nezra, the same. For you, it comes from for Nezra, it comes from the direct center of one of the shelves. Like from top to bottom, it's literally center mass on the stack.
Oh, wow. Is it just a rolled scroll? Or is it tied or sealed or
Sealed. They all are sealed. The only difference is in the 2 scrolls that Nuvian has. One of them matches the same seal as the rest of you, and the other one has a different seal. The ones that many of you have gotten at this point are sealed with the celestial word Naz'in. And the other one has a... Hold on. It is the symbol for the School of Abjuration magic.
Okay, so there's a difference between a spell scroll and a regular scroll. I don't want to open it and get hit with fireball on accident. Oh.
Is anyone not trying to summon a scroll?
Oh,
I don't
no,
think-
Serena's going to just hold out her hand too and say whatever she needs.
You also obtain one. But that is all that comes to all of you.
Okay.
This technically follows the rules, right?
I
I
think
would
this
say
is
this exactly follows the rules.
I think this is what we were meant to do in the first place.
I'm going to ask a random question before we go, because this is something I don't know if I do need, but do I need anything else in this place that is not information? Doesn't look like it.
Zach, I want to think hard about the like creator mythos and the mural on the outside and Naz'in and all of that, and see if anything comes my way. I'm just gonna put it out in the universe in my head.
Nothing else seems to be happening at the moment.
Maybe you'll think about the dragon riders and their history. See if anything happens.
Okay. Nothing.
do we-
Nothing else is coming to you all.
So do we open these here, or do we leave and open them?
I guess open.
Because
open-
maybe we're not supposed to take it with us. Maybe we're supposed to have it here.
Okay. And then he'll pull up he'll immediately just pull up the scroll and open it to see what it looks like inside. I mean, again, he's a baby. I mean, he does caution to the wind, you know.
Ikara, DM me on Discord the thing that Ikara wants to know the most at the moment that he opens the scroll up.
Oh, okay.
Whatever at that moment question he most wants the answer to, DM that to me on Discord.
Okay, right now or
It's-
after the session.
Right, that's fine. Yeah. We
Achilles
we
will
might
follow suit.
same for Achilles. Whatever he most wants to know the answer to. These are all written in the format of answer to the question, and then at the bottom in common, the words are written: a truth was given, a truth was received.
Ooh,
Oh, that is
Okay.
nice.
hell, I like that.
I gotta think of what it first right I want.
I know what she wants. I'll message you.
Yeah, I'm hyped. This is dope.
Danzo.
Well, I suppose we should get back to our friends soon.
After we read the scroll, does it go back to the shelf?
It does.
Looks like you were right there, Nezra. For reading, not for keeping.
I don't know how to phrase what she wants to know.
Yeah. It doesn't have to be phrased like as a single question. If you all have more detail
Oh,
about
okay.
what exactly you're trying to say. Yeah.
I think. Yeah, I think I can clarify.
But the scroll with the abjuration symbol is still in Nubian's hand.
Mhm.
After that process is complete.
Right. Well, shall we make our way?
Believe so. There's a door here, I believe.
Everyone finished with your scroll?
I think
We have what we
Indeed.
came for.
that probably works as the what he was mostly hoping for. 'Cause that's probably where that's where he's mostly been thinking about right now. So it kind of makes sense where that's what he's thinking.
All right. Y'all gonna try to go through the door? Who's going first?
Yeah.
Dibs.
Red.
Nezra?
Nezra, it actually feels kind of fun, but you when you touch the door handle, and you're about ready to pull to open it, you're like, oh, I need to pull and open. The moment your hand touches the handle, you feel yourself like spun around 180 degrees, and then you're standing facing away from the workshop on the street outside.
Oh yeah.
That's pretty.
I
Nice.
take 2 steps to the left so that the next person does not bump into me.
And Nubian will follow as well.
And Kara as
Vivian's
well.
out. Same experiences.
All right.
Yeah.
If you wish to go.
Sure, why not? Achilles will pop out.
Serena will take one last look at the room and sigh, and then she'll leave.
It's not disorienting. It's actually kind of fun. Like, you are facing one way and you just feel yourself flipped around, and that act of spinning you around, like by the time you're completely spun around, you're out on the street, facing away from the workshop. As you kind of look around, you can notice the workshops directly behind you.
I think this is what you get when you have a party of high whiz, high end characters where everyone just wants to stay in the library.
This was Journey to the Library. That's what the name of our campaign is, right?
Yeah.
Ikara has neither confirms nor denies such ordeal because even though he's high wisdom, it's more for people wisdom than it is book wisdom. So when he looks at scrolls, it's like does not compute. Blue screen of death.
Serena will read a history book to Ikara later.
Take the withdrawal symptoms off of leaving the library. It's like, it's okay, fine. I have an emergency book to bust out.
Emergency.
Once we've saved everyone, Nubian's going to come back and meditate here.
Yeah.
So relaxing.
Well,
Fun.
so here's the thing. We have what we need, right?
So we can head back.
I believe so.
Yeah.
So do we leave?
We have to, because he might be in trouble. He was hurting, right?
You are correct.
And time,
Yes, he
and
should
time
return
passes.
quickly.
Time passes weird here. I hope he's still okay.
I have a valid point there. Achilles will look around and say, Solus?
High wisdom, low intellect.
You don't see anything, but you do hear telepathically in your head. Yes.
I think we found what we need. Thank you very much.
You're quite welcome.
I really hope we can see you again. It was just lovely being.
Oh no! Oh wait, he thought he froze.
He froze for a second.
Oh no!
It was lovely seeing you and meeting you in person as well, Achilles. Let me offer a matter of interest, if I may.
Please.
You might find it fascinating to imagine where you'd like to go as you leave the borders.
Oh, that sounds wonderful. Thank you for that. That'll probably save us a whole bunch of time getting back.
City ever.
I just want to live
Thank
here for
you.
the rest of our lives. This city is my world.
We thank you for everything you've done for us.
Hope we see you soon.
And I thank you, Nuvian, for everything that you have done for me.
How have I helped you?
I can't say.
Ooh.
Then may we meet again soon.
Here's hoping.
You be
I'll
safe.
be honest, I don't want to leave. I like this place. I say as we're walking. Like, I'm not going to stop anyone, but like,
Yeah.
as we're
Yeah,
walking, I don't want to leave.
It is quite nice.
it is, but we do need to get back, and
We do.
well,
And
I still am worried about those creatures that Solis was telling us about that might hurt us.
this is true.
Well, so this was very, like, within the realm of possibilities, as she answered. I don't think it's necessarily a probability.
I think it will be. I think we'll be fine.
I think it's one of those things, you know, there's this wise old gnome who used to pass through our village every now and then, and he said sometimes, you know, you only find in there what you take in with you. Can't remember what his name was though. Small fella, spoke backwards. It was quite odd. But, you know.
I guess we're not going to look anywhere else as we leave.
Yeah.
We have found what we were meant to find today. Perhaps another day.
I mean, there is a missing keeper, and there is a tower that is the only ruins here. I mean, there's a lot to see.
But
Next time.
I
Next
have
time.
to, I have to come back later. I have to find where my cousin is because she's in danger. You bring me after I find my cousin and see if I can, you know. But I have to take care of that. I have to find my family.
I am just, I guess, very nervous that we will leave and we will never return.
I don't
I have-
think that's going to happen. I feel that we're going to return here at some point.
I think when we need it, it'll be here.
We will find
Unless-
this place again, I think.
Serena's gonna kind of close to Desiree, like, unless you want to, like, whenever we're done here, you want to, like, come back, I will totally come with you.
Are we time jumping towards the border, or
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that's the plan, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you all think of the orchard?
well?
The orchard.
I was gonna ask if Achilles made sure to tell all of us that, because
Oh, yeah,
otherwise,
yeah,
I'm
for
not
sure.
going to be thinking of that. I'm going to be thinking of the next step outside.
For sure. Achilles make sure to tell everyone about it. Just think of the orchard as we cross through, and we should be right there.
We
Oh,
end
I
at the
think of the room Daniel's in, specifically,
Hmm.
because that's where I went.
You all find yourselves in the room where Daniel went.
Oh, is Daniel there?
Yes, he is.
How does he look? Alive? Okay.
Is
Look
Elia
like-
there?
She is. Harry's not.
Harry was traveling with us, right?
Yeah, I was just about to ask, what happened to Apple Boy?
You
Where did he go?
do not know.
Oh,
Left
no.
him. He is gone. We have left
I
him.
completely
Like, still
forgot
in
that
the
he was with
mountains.
us.
Oh my god. We left him in the mountains.
Nuvian told him not to come, dog. He was gone. Whatever happens to him is his fault.
Yep. He can take care of himself. He can take care of himself.
Okay. One problem at a time. Hello, Daniel. Does Elia look like Elia, or does Elia look like her ring of disguise?
Herself.
Daniel, Elia, I think we found what we need. Also, sorry to just kind of barge in. I'm not exactly certain how we got right, particularly here.
What do you mean? You came down the entrance.
Oh. Oh. What day is it? How long have we been gone?
About maybe a little over a day or so.
Tracks.
How did you get back here so quickly?
Oh, no.
You
There
can
will
talk
be
about that later.
time for questions.
We might need to go pick up Harry.
Oh, don't tell her that.
What do you mean?
One
He's
thing-
upstairs.
Achilles.
What?
Wait, who is the dad, Harry or Harold?
Harold's dad, Harry's the son. Harry's upstairs?
But of course, where else would he be? He was traveling with you, and you're here.
Oh God, I am.
I'll
far
follow
too
that one up
confused,
here a
Chris.
little bit. Scroll. Nuvian.
I knew you know what handle
Have
this one. I do believe this may help.
This might be more of Achilles thing than a Nezzer thing. I don't know. I mean, if it's Healy stuff, then yeah, maybe me. But if it's wizardy stuff, then
I will look at the scroll with Serena and just judge who's probably more capable of that.
If you want, I can. What does detect magic do specifically? I forgot.
Because that says it's a level 3 spell, right? I can't cast this yet. I would have to make a roll for it.
what language is the scroll written in?
It's written in Celestial.
Achilles, what does it say?
Well, you know, it's a spell, like it would remove the curse, but it is maybe a little bit beyond my scope of understanding, so there's a chance that it might not work when I cast it.
You think we could open it and read it and then determine who should cast it?
Well, how I don't know how to ask this as a character, not a person. Like, I'm trying to figure out, like, what level, I don't know how artifices work and how your spell list works and all that type of shit.
Oh.
Maybe I,
don't know
can
how to ask this as a
assist.
person.
Maybe I can assist.
So in arcane spellcasting, circles are canonical. So like first circle, second circle, third circle, fourth circle.
Okay.
So
Okay.
like if you wanted to ask, can you cast third level spells? You could ask, do you know any spells of the third circle?
Okay. Do you know any spells of the third circle?
Unfortunately, I do not.
Well, we could try together. Although we don't speak Celestial, though, that's the issue.
Do not.
I could give a little bit of assistance in terms of helping to increase your focus or your mind's ability, kind of enhance that, and also maybe a little guidance to just.
That would be wonderful.
Yeah. Do you want me to cast enhance ability on you for your intelligence? Yeah.
Yeah, that gives me advantage on the roll, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I only need the 13, but that's still not you know.
Well, I'd rather cast it and then you not fail, because that would suck.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, we gotta go back and get another one.
Ugh. We'll find Harry on the way.
Apparently he's upstairs. I don't know.
We'll see about that.
You've got advantage then.
Okay, and you're giving me guidance as well.
I cannot simultaneously guide you because they're both.
Oh, it's spell concentration? Oh,
I can give you guidance if you wish.
hell yeah. Hell yeah. All right, I'm going to try cast the spell there, DM.
Go ahead.
So I'm rolling a d20 and just adding my intelligence modifier.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And
You can do it.
hell yeah, 18.
Do you want to roll that guidance just in case?
I did.
Okay.
And you rolled with advantage, right?
I did, yeah.
Okay.
You take the scroll and
Oh, hold on. It's more than 18 because it was 14 plus 4 plus 2, so it's 20.
Ooh.
you take the scroll and you unfurl it, where there is an arcane formula written around a circle, and you take the scroll and you lean down to press the circle, against the wound, and that seems like a very good place to pick up our next episode.
Heck no.
Yes.
Oh my god, no.
I feel it.
I hate you.
It was.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. I was like, oh no.
Yep.
As a fellow DM, I understand. It was perfect.
Indeed.